Alright guys, how y'all doing? Thank you all for joining in. Put a 1 in chat if you can hear me. If not, I'll know. How are y'all doing today? I'm gonna go down the list here. Mike Taylor, the Salty Explorer. Rob L, nice to meet you yesterday at the Free Talk Live Studios. Guys, I might have some connection problems. We're gonna see how this goes. Let me see. Yup, we got a 1 in chat. Thank you guys. Thank you. Rob L. Rob Wetterman. Lacey R. Nice to see you guys. Kay Stevenson. What is up? Alright guys, I got the 1s in chats. Let's get going to it here. Let me close these things out here. Hopefully I have a good connection. I'm not really sure. It showed me a really bad preview. Just technical difficulties where I am right now. I think my data's low. That might be the reason I'm going through my phone right now. I have really bad upload because we have like long distance Wi-Fi here. So, all right, guys, I'm gonna start off with in order of events here. Just give me a second. Let me get up the audio. All right. So I'm going to show you first the incident. Here we are. And this is on my birthday. See that? December 1st. See right there? December 1st of last year. And I got pulled over allegedly for speeding, which I wasn't speeding. And then they continued to arrest me. So here we go, guys. What's up, Brian Butler?
Not me. That's Henniker. I actually paid my ticket. All taken care of.
And I'm hearing you.
Yeah.
But I have eligibility in New Hampshire suspended. You're not supposed to be driving in the state of New Hampshire.
See, this is. I know exactly what's going on with that.
Okay.
And that would be not me. That's Henniker. I actually paid my ticket twice over. And you're talking about Henniker, right?
I don't know. I don't know who it's out of, but that's what it's saying.
It's not right.
Okay.
It's not. You got to double check that because that's not right.
I double checked it.
Yeah.
And my dispatch double checks it.
They're playing a game with me.
Okay. And
that's been all taken care of.
And I'm hearing you.
Yeah.
But I have to go based on what's in the computer.
I know, but this is at their fault because I double checked with it. Okay. So can I tell you? Can I explain to you how I know about what you're talking about? So.
Okay. Guys, I've already paid this ticket. So I was pulled over, got a ticket, and I paid for it, and they didn't properly notify me about court. Okay? License got suspended. I got arrested previously before this. I did community service, and it was all taken care of. Everything was clear. Everything was fine. And then just now they're playing games with me.
When I was in Bedford, they ran my plates on the radio.
Yeah.
And then, and I was listening to the radio, and I called in. I'm like, hey, what's going on? And they said, yeah, my license is suspended. And they said to call Henniker, where they were suspending it from.
Okay.
I had called them again and paid for my ticket again. So it should have been all cleared. I paid all the clear fees and everything like that. I would really like for you guys to call it in, because this is like, I know what the next process is what you guys got to do. And I'd rather not have it get to that issue if you guys could just clarify with Henniker first, because I know I've already cleared this. Does it say
like I said,
how recent was suspended though?
It's in the system. I don't have that date.
See, they're playing the game with me.
Okay, and I'm hearing you.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I gotta go based on the information that I'm getting personally, as well as what dispatch is getting.
God. You understand that it's my birthday too, and like I'll take care of whatever it is tomorrow. I'll pay the freaking ticket a third time.
I can't do that.
All right, so I'd rather not get cuffed or anything like that.
Okay.
If you guys just want to take me in, that's fine. I'd rather not do the cuffing and something like that.
I'll tell you what. If you're being decent with me,
Yeah.
policy is the handcuffs have to go on, but I can put them in the front. They're a little more comfortable. I'm not going to make you twist your arm behind your back.
Okay, you hear what he just said right there? He said he was going to cuff me from the front. There's no footage. I don't have the footage because they don't have body cams or dash cams, the sheriffs. He puts my hands behind my back. And it's very uncomfortable in the back of the cop car, I tell you that right now. And it was like probably one of the tightest. I've been, back cop car a couple times, or, paddy wagon in Manchester, which, I got those charges dropped, whatever, and I won a lawsuit. And I think that's what they're doing, is retaliating against that, me winning a lawsuit against them. It's not really a lawsuit, it's a settlement. All right, let me get to this now.
You gotta like give me a break or something.
I'm being 100% honest with you. That's the biggest break that I
can I call real quick and see what's going on?
Call who?
Henniker.
No.
Because they're the ones that are probably issuing this.
Okay.
And I know that it's been cleared because I've gone through the hoops.
But again,
I feel like I'm being like, I feel like this is like they're playing a game with me now.
Okay. But this is what I can tell you. I have to go based on what this is saying. But what you can do is, if it truly is a mistake, you bring it to the court and say, hey, this is a mistake,
that's already beyond.
And then this goes away.
But it's already beyond all that, because I know what they're doing. They're just not putting it in the computer. Okay. I've paid it twice. Okay. Because I can't run around all day to try to pay a ticket.
I'm here.
So, when I called the courts, and I spent hundreds of hours with the courts and the DMV to try to figure out what was going on. The Henniker courts, or the Henniker court, I don't know what it's called, Hillsborough court, they actually entered my information wrong into the system after spending hundreds of hours on the phone with them over the course of a couple weeks. And I finally figured out that was one of the things that was happening. And yeah, it's disgusting. They just keep constantly abuse.
But at this point, I have to do my job. Okay.
So is this going to be impounded?
That was going to be my next question. Do you have someone who can come pick it up for you? Anybody, family, friends, coworker.
This is just.
You know what's ridiculous about him saying that? We're in a dead zone right now. Where I got pulled over, it's a dead zone. There is no service. And this is on Route 9. I think it's Route 9 in New Hampshire, right? And there's a lot of dead area. So you can't make a phone call. Okay, we'll play it.
I can't believe this right now.
Do you have someone?
I do, but
I'm trying to cut you a break. If you have someone who can come pick it up who's valid, they can drive it to wherever. Otherwise, I do have to get a tow truck, and you'll be able to. You just have to go get it later.
This means I just can't drive at all today, right?
Right.
Can I just make one call before you guys go ahead with this? Can I just call Henniker?
I'm telling you, it's not going to change anything right
because
now. You can make a phone call later.
I can't believe they're doing this to me.
Okay.
I'll have to pay a ticket 3 times.
And again, I'm trying. I'm doing the best that I can with you.
Can I call my friends right now then?
What's that?
Can I try call my friends right now if I can even get signal?
If you don't mind just stepping out, I can't have you in the driver's seat, but we can work on.
All right. I am armed, so do you want me to? Yeah.
Okay.
I open carry. It's on my hip.
It's on your hip.
Yep.
Okay.
We're gonna learn more about this when I bring up my trial video. Okay, about the firearm on my hip.
We'll deholster it, but I'll pull the whole holster out if you don't mind.
I'd rather not just leave it where it is for right now. What I'll have you do is I'll just have you step out and we'll empty it. We'll clear it.
There's no round in the chamber.
There's no round in the chamber. Okay, then we'll take the magazine.
Okay, and it's going to be placed back into my vehicle.
Okay, hang on a second, guys. Hang on. Let me bring up the other video because it cuts here. So, which one was it? I think this is the old one. This is the new one. Okay.
And not into your possession. I prefer that because it is like something that I would prefer that to happen.
Okay.
It's not something that you guys need to take in and stuff like that.
Okay.
You promise on that?
Well, I'm gonna speak to my
talk to him, but
my partner here because there's a couple of different options we can do.
I would rather
if somebody else is legal to possess it. They can take possession.
I absolutely have a legal right.
Okay.
Right.
No, I'm saying, but you can't have it where we're going. Figuring out where we can either.
So, like, I'm just saying, when you walk over there, okay, I'm gonna take it off. I'm gonna place it over there into the corner of my vehicle, and then I'll have my hands up when you come back. I'd rather not have it go into your possession because it's in my possession right now, and it's not like I'd rather have it keep it with my stuff. Do you understand?
Okay. And I understand you, but
Can you confirm it with your supervisor? Is that a supervisor? Can I talk to him?
It is a supervisor.
Can I talk to him, please?
You want to talk to him?
I'd rather talk to him right now. Just about to clarify how this process works, because I'm unfamiliar with it, so I don't want anything to happen.
And right here you can see my firearm right here, center screen. You see that right there? It's my Glock. Okay. Which I made myself, by the way. It's a Polymer 80 Glock. I drilled it out myself. All right, here we go.
So, and then the person that would come pick up my vehicle, it's okay for my firearm to be in their possession. Well, they'll be clear too. They'll be clear too. I'll make sure I get the right person.
Okay, that's what we would have to confirm, because I can't. By somebody saying, "Oh yeah, I can own one," I can't just say, oh, "Okay, I gotta double check."
Can I talk to him? He's right there, sir. May I talk to you, please? Yeah. I'd rather just before I do that because I know how I'll get out. Just ask me. Can I talk?
So he opened my car door, the supervisor, and he's about to slam against my car and everything.
Open the door and get out.
All right, just be nice.
Open the door.
Just be nice, and I'll do it. Okay? I'm gonna be nice.
Open the door and get out. Hands up.
I am. Hands are up. Just be gentle because it's my birthday. I'm not trying to have a problem.
All right, that's about it for that. You can't really hear anything from beyond here. I'm gonna let me switch over to my other video. Let's make sure I got this. Okay, now we're gonna go to my trial video. I'm gonna do a quick intro, guys, and enjoy. I'll pause when I need to. Give me a second here. Make sure you guys like, share, and subscribe if you haven't already. Oh wait, I'm sorry guys. I'm sorry. We're gonna show this one last. At least we got the intro. Hang on a second here. That's not what I wanted to show right now. Hang on. I'm going to show this one, my trial.
New Hampshire can be free with your help. Sign the petition and learn more at nhexit.us.
Attorney Burke, Mr. Hart's scheduled for trial, please.
Yes, I believe he's scheduled for trial on 2 matters. Keene has one and a parking ticket, which we're ready to...
Quick preview about this. This is a free Keene on Odyssey, and you can watch the full trial there. And I'm going to skip a little bit here at the beginning. But they do drop the suspended license charge, driving with a suspended license. So, boom. What do you guys think? Lawsuit? So I should never have been arrested, guys. Okay, here we go.
Forward on, and I believe Regional has another matter that's scheduled for trial today.
Okay. Good to go?
We're good to go.
It was, I got a public defender, and it was supposed to be continued.
Actually, it probably was gonna, but I did make a promise to the defendant, if he got his license back, I would drop the operating after suspension charge, and I am gonna do that as part of my promise to him.
Booyah. Booyah. Dropping the suspended license charge because I paid the reinstatement fee already, right? For the, third freaking time. And that adds up, and I had to pay it in 2 states, guys. New Hampshire and Rhode Island, because my license is in Rhode Island. And Rhode Island is not cheap. Rhode Island is like $500. New Hampshire is $150. And I did it 3 times in both states. Here we go.
Can I just make that detail again real quick, just on how that works?
I told you, I think our conversation was, I told you if you got your license reinstated,
Okay.
that you had, that I would take that serious charge of the op after suspension and dismiss it. I think that was our conversation, and I keep my word.
Okay.
And that charge is gonna go away.
I just
All
want
right.
to make sure and make clear that it's just,
It's all.
All right, here we go. Let me go forward a little bit.
The 70 and the 55 speeding complaints. Are you prepared to go forward on those?
I'm not. I'm confused about all of it. I haven't seen any paperwork yet, so I just really want to see it clarified and have a public defender look at it. I've been trying to figure it out myself. I haven't been able to figure it out. So I'd like another eye on it, especially someone that knows more about it, because I cannot figure it out. The discovery is very confusing to me, and
It was very confusing because it's not like, it was 54 pages, the discovery. A lot of baloney in there. A lot of interesting things that had nothing to do with the case. It's just ridiculous. Here we go.
Mr. Student, you were going to say something, I think? You don't have to.
I don't have to, no. And if you want to continue it, I mean, I'm set for trial, my officers are here, we can do it. I don't have a problem with it, or I can take a few minutes and see, and give them an explanation, to try to clear up some of the confusion, and then we can.
Well,
Either way works.
here's where we are. And you have a case too, Attorney Orr?
Yes, that's
And your case is a expired meter?
yes.
State's ready to go forward on that? Are you ready to go forward on that case?
Yes.
Okay, hold your thought on that. And then docket number 21 CR 2306, Mr. Hart, I have a complaint that alleges 70 miles an hour and 55 mile an hour zone alleged to have occurred on December 1 of 2021. And I have a complaint that says you were operating without a valid license. And that
So, operating with a valid license, well, it technically was valid if it wasn't supposed to be suspended, right? It should have been fine. So, operating with an invalid license, that's another bullshit charge I got railroaded here with.
you drove a motor vehicle on December 1, 2021 on Route 9 in the town of Nelson while not having a valid license for the vehicle being driven. Those 2 charges are scheduled for trial today as well.
yeah, I hired a public defender, and I was expecting it to be continuance today, because I've been calling the public defender. They don't really know, and I'm just not here today. But I would like that to happen, because I can't figure this out. Actually, I might have to bring up the original case, bringing that back up, because I was never properly notified to begin with all the original tickets and court and suspensions.
Well, we don't have that in front of us today. What we have
Right, that's why I need this to continue.
Sure. Well, I'll accept your oral motion to continue, but I'll deny. We're going to go forward with trial. Is the state ready to
So
proceed on
I
these?
don't have a public defender.
I just have to go to the bathroom, yeah, I've been.
You're allowed to do that.
I don't have a public defender though, even though I applied for it.
You don't.
Why was it denied then?
This is one's a speeding ticket, and operating without a valid license is a violation ticket, and that's what's scheduled.
So, driving with suspended license is a Class A misdemeanor, which gives me, I could have a jury trial. But because I dropped that, I can't get a public defender. So it made sense afterwards. All
I understand.
right, let me get to the trial here.
State would like to call Ms. Jane McDermott.
All right, so this is the parking ticket trial before the trial I'm actually trying to show here. But it's all kind of related to the reason why I'm doing the video today. And today I paid the fine, right, with the piggies. So,
You may.
so if you guys want to watch this whole video, you know, I question her a bit in her morality, which I was objected by the judge. which is not really fair because he's not a prosecutor, he's a judge. So you guys can
It was
watch
at
this
meter 57. It's
over at Free Keen on Odyssey,
um,
and the link is in the description below.
she got approached at the window. I just happened.
All right, let me see if I can get to the officers.
You can step down, ma'am.
Thank you.
In my defense, I'll admit that I was over limit, and I also admit that I wish not to pay for any tickets or fines or community service, or I won't pay the collections agency when that goes there, and I'd be willing to take any other punishment besides those. I mean, like maybe jail time would be sufficient, as I reported to the park enforcement. I said 2 hours. I'll take 2 hours of jail.
Jail
I'd rather sit in jail, guys, than give them my money or do community service, which is like slavery.
rather than pay.
Yeah,
That's your proposal?
yeah.
Give me a moment. What do you do for work?
I wish not to answer that.
You don't have to. All right, I'm entering a guilty finding, and I entered a fine of $30 from docket number 21 CR 1046.
This is actually the result that I wanted, except for I wanted jail time, but I wanted to be found guilty on the ticket because I wanted to be able to serve jail for a parking ticket.
You can pay that $30 at the window. And docket number 21 CR 2306. And Mr. Dugan, is stay ready to proceed for trial on those two remaining complaints?
We are, Your Honor.
You may proceed.
State would call Sergeant Bowers to the stand.
Sergeant Bowers. Last year, he got a DUI. And he's still a sheriff? Come on.
Man.
Stay right there.
Morning, sir.
Morning, sir.
You raise your right hand. Do you affirm the information you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, under the pains and penalty of perjury?
I do.
Thank you. Please be
Liar.
seated and state your name. Spell your last name for the record.
My name is Peter Bowers. My last name is spelled Bowers.
Your witness, Mr. Dugan.
Sergeant Bowers, I call your attention to the
All right, they're just going to do the, oh, yeah, I'm trained into doing the radar and all this bullshit.
that. Have you
I was a sergeant in the two-man cruiser. He was, and I noticed the digital display on the radar gave.
Yeah.
once you received that information from the radar unit, what by his driver's license?
He was.
Okay. And what course of action did you take at that point?
The trainee ran a license check to check the validity of the driver's license status.
Which you were observing.
Yes.
State has no process particular.
I'm trying to get to the point where I start asking questions. Hang on a second here.
With Hart, who was here in the courtroom at the defendant's table. We took him into custody, and we brought him here to the circuit court for bail.
And did you engage in conversation with him prior to the arrest?
Yes.
And what was that particular conversation that you had or that your trainee had with him?
With my conversation or with the trainees?
Your conversation.
I was asking Mr. Hart to step out of the vehicle, and we had what I will call a brief standoff about his willingness to step out of the car.
Okay.
Guys, I gave him a standoff. This is ridiculous. Do you see I was trying to clarify my body cam footage? Trying to clarify. It was not a standoff. What is this guy thinking he's doing? This is why I knew my life was in danger when I got pulled over, and they figured out finally, because I told them I had a firearm. I don't want them figuring out when I step out. I had to tell them, because I'm not dying on the side of the highway.
But ultimately, he was removed from the car.
He was.
And prior to going on duty that day, did you do a check of the radar unit to make sure it was functioning
The trainee checks the radar daily, and I observe him.
Yeah, whatever.
during his shift?
You may.
Now, we had talked earlier about the radar certification.
Yes,
we
we-
had mentioned it.
Blah, blah, blah.
It was handed to him.
This radar, for 21, to that particular cruiser,
Objection?
my cruiser assigned.
What's the objection?
He just read off those dates just now off the paperwork when it was handed to him. And he's not doing that in his own volition. He's handed evidence to speak on.
Would you rather me read the originals that I have on
So
file?
let me ask this question, let me rephrase.
Okay.
On the date that you were running that radar, the radar was in fact certified?
Yes,
As I had
sir.
asked earlier.
Yes.
And is that a copy of that radar certification for that cruiser?
Those are the radar certifications, yes, sir.
Okay, with the inclusive dates that that radar was actually certified to be in proper working order?
That is correct.
Stay with that, no.
Kay Stevenson, you're absolutely right. They didn't force me out. I went willingly. They didn't grab me out of my car or anything like that. They didn't remove me. I got out on my own.
I think we feel that we answered the objection with regard to the defense and proved that that radar was certified on the day that it was used.
Are you offering that as an exhibit?
We are.
Any objection to that exhibit?
I haven't seen it yet. I mean,
We can take care of that.
All right, here we go.
I hadn't seen it until prior now. It wasn't entered into discovery, and I'd like to have it removed.
Mr. Dudek, was it provided in discovery?
I don't believe so, Your Honor.
All right, I'll sustain the objection. Thank you.
Booyah! He didn't submit it as evidence, and it wasn't discovery. They had to throw it out.
But this shows, I'm not sure if it was or not, Your Honor, because it shows we sent discovery on 125 of 22. So I can't say one way or the other, so.
Look how thick that paperwork is. It's so ridiculous.
at
I'll
this point.
sustain the objection. Thank you.
Arraignment packet for the date you were set for arraignment.
All right, hold on a second here. Let me go back.
Questions of this witness?
Do you have any questions?
Here we
Mr.
go.
Jones?
Yes.
You may.
Did I receive a ticket that day for speeding?
Your ticket was included in your arraignment packet for the date you were set for arraignment after you were released on PR bail here at the court.
I guess that's not what I asked. Did I get a ticket that day?
No, you received a PR bail bond that
Well,
day.
I guess it's a yes or no at that point. Your trainee, how many times has he pulled over someone for speeding with the radar?
That particular training?
Yes.
I would have to guess.
Okay, I don't want any guesses. I want accurate answers. We could.
I do not have that specific trainee's statistics as far as how many vehicles he's pulled over at his time as a deputy sheriff.
Okay, would you say he was sufficient trained to evaluate a radar gun at that point?
He was a certified police officer, having spent several years as a New Hampshire state trooper. So the answer to your question is yes, he was more than qualified to operate that radar.
You had said with the prosecutor that I gave a brief standoff. Can you describe what that standoff means to you?
The trainee and I both asked you to step out of the vehicle. You verbally refused. You were armed with a pistol, which
I did not verbally refuse. He's a liar. Lie number one.
concerned me greatly. Ultimately, after what I'll call a negotiation,
Negotiations. Oh my God. Hey, what's up, Yeet? How you doing? Scully 10. Hey, good to see you guys. Thank you for joining in.
you did voluntarily step out of the car, and I placed you in the handcuffs.
There you go. There's a second lie right there. So he just contradicted his statements, right? He said that they removed me, yet I voluntarily went out. Which one is it, dude?
Do you know why I was a little hesitant? Do you remember what I said? The reason why I didn't want to just immediately exit?
I don't know your thought process. I don't know your mind, sir.
Understood. I did say something verbally, though, and do you remember what that was in regards to why I didn't want to step out?
I believe you told the trainee that you wanted to talk to a supervisor.
Regarding, do you know what it was regarding?
I do not.
How would you describe your demeanor or behavior when I was a little hesitant in exiting?
I was afraid you were going to shoot me.
So did your
Really? Really? I was specifically making sure it was careful, right? How crazy is it to think that I would shoot someone? Just unbelievable.
trainee describe to you why I didn't exit the vehicle right away?
We did not have a dialogue about that at the time because it was so dynamic.
And you're saying, go back to, you think your trainee, he went to police school and was trained to be a certified officer, and you're saying that he didn't tell you the reasons why at that point, and that you felt fearful for your life. I'm just trying to go over the details of this and understand.
So he and I did not have a discussion. We did not have time to have a discussion as to what his thought process and my process was in trying to take you into custody on the misdemeanors.
When did you discover that I had a firearm on me?
You told us at first, and then after you stepped out of the vehicle, we discovered it on your hip.
You said I told us, as in you and your trainee?
The trainee announced it back. So to be
Sorry?
so the trainee announced it back. You mentioned to him that you were armed with a pistol, and then he said loudly, "You're armed with a pistol," which cued to me that you were armed with a firearm.
Right. So I cued the trainee that I was armed.
And then he recited that back.
Was I still in the vehicle at the time when that happened?
Yes?
And you knew about me having a firearm, explaining to the trainee while I was still in the car?
Yes.
Okay, so
Your Honor,
I'd like a motion to dismiss
at some-
the witness for lying.
Objection.
Wait, let's hear that again, guys. And go back.
Explaining to the trainee while I was still in the car?
Yes.
Okay, so
Your Honor,
I'd like a motion to dismiss the
some-
witness for lying,
Objection.
Hold
perjuring
on,
himself.
you have an objection?
I do, Your Honor. At some point here, we're talking about a speeding ticket, and we're talking about a license required, not about a gun that came up.
Well, okay, he's objecting because of the gun thing. Yet, in the statements that the police officers wrote in the incident, they are specifically talking about my firearm in the statements. So I have every right. So his objection is just bullshit. Okay, here we go.
Much later, after the incidents that had occurred.
What's your response to that objection?
For this objection?
Yes.
I believe that the firearm was motivation to his demeanor and how they treated me afterwards, so I just wanted to bring it up. I mean, I don't know how to explain that.
I'll overrule the objection at this point. You may proceed.
Okay. So you were aware that I was carrying a firearm, and the trainee knew while I was in my car.
Correct.
So it wasn't until you had said earlier that until I got out of the car, you realized I had a gun.
You had mentioned you had a gun. I did not see your gun until you stepped out of the vehicle.
Do you remember where my gun was on my body?
It was on your hip.
Is that not open and clear?
It was on your right hip, and I couldn't see it from the driver's window.
The driver's window. Okay. So your trainee was on the passenger side at many times during that stop. Do you remember that?
I remember him going to the passenger side maybe once or twice, but I couldn't tell you specifically in the timeline when that occurred.
Do you think that a certified police officer should be able to be assessing a situation to the point where the person may have a firearm on them or not?
It's part of our training.
Do you think that was maybe inappropriate for the officer that day?
What was inappropriate?
To not discover it until I announced it? A firearm that was out visibly.
Again, people can conceal weapons in their vehicles. That happens
What was I
often.
concealing though?
You were wearing the gun on your hip.
And it was out in open plain sight, right?
I couldn't see it from my vantage point, no.
In the driver's side, but the passenger side, you would say, I know you can't speak for the other trainee. I wish he was here today, but I'm just trying to make it clear. The amount of time that I spent in the back of the cruiser, what were you guys doing at that moment?
Driving to the courthouse?
No, when I was before we drove, you had placed me in the back of the seat,
Yes.
and then what were you guys discussing and going over at that point?
We were waiting for the tow truck to arrive to remove your vehicle, and then we brought you here to the courthouse.
How much time did you spend evaluating my firearm?
Several minutes, maybe, at the most.
Did at any point to the barrel of that gun?
Your Honor, objection. Relevance.
Yeah, where are we going with the barrel?
I'm just saying that it's not so much the care for my safety, and it was more so about the motions. And so I was gonna ask another question too that's regarding it.
I'll sustain the objection unless you're starting to wander a little bit
Okay.
about the gun stuff.
Okay,
Unless you can
I'll
tell
go
me-
on.
Unless you can tell me what the relevance is, I'll sustain the objection.
That's less about safety.
I'll sustain the objection, thank you.
How fast were we moving on the way back when you had me in custody in the back seat? Do you remember how fast the trainee was driving?
Approximately the speed limit.
you wouldn't say that he was also going 70 miles per hour at some moment in time?
No.
You wouldn't say that he was going above the speed limit and having to put on his brakes aggressively to avoid hitting someone in front of him, and that we had to tail, the trainee had to tail the driver at a close distance, much like what police officers do on a daily. Did you say he did that?
If his driving was illegal or unsafe, I would have corrected him because I was a training officer on that.
Booyah, another lie. So yes, the trainee was going 70 miles per hour in a 45 mile per hour zone. Okay, and he was tailing someone just to intimidate, like, the rapist cop mentality that they are, and he just lied again.
Day. So the things you're referring to did not happen.
Well, I think just make a record of that. It's not true. He was going 70 miles per hour. I saw it on the radar. I'd love to pull that.
Do you have any questions for this gentleman?
Yeah. Let's see what else. You brought me to the window cuffed, and then I got my paperwork, and we went outside to the sidewalk. What happened when you brought me to the sidewalk after that moment?
We returned your property, including your firearm, to you. And we explained to you where your vehicle was towed to so you could retrieve it at a later time.
So, guys, if it's for officer safety, okay, why do you give my firearm back? Right? On the sidewalk afterwards. It's just a joke. It's not about officer safety. What a load of crap.
You aware what day it was relevant to my life? Do you recall what day it was?
I can tell you it's December 1st, but I don't know how that's relevant to you, sir.
Do you remember that it was my birthday?
I do not.
Okay. I guess I'm pretty much all set. I don't know what to say.
You don't have anything to clean up, do you, Mr. Dick?
No, Your Honor.
Thank you. You can step down, sir.
Thank you, Your Honor.
State rest.
State rest, Your Honor.
Mr. Hart, it's your opportunity to put on a defense. If you'd like, you're under no obligation to prove anything. You're especially under no obligation to prove your innocence. But if you would like, this is your opportunity.
I'd like to call the training officer to the stand, please.
You may. Just subpoena him or her.
I think he was the arresting officer.
Sounds like you did not subpoena.
So I have to subpoena the arresting officer? This whole trial should have been thrown out at this point. Okay? Like, the arresting officer's not going to testify? That's craziness. Okay, here we go.
I'm not prepared here today, as you were.
Do you have any other witnesses?
Not that I can think of right now.
Would you like to testify?
I mean, if it's going to help me.
Your Honor, I was just going to save some time. My training officer is here, but I was not going to call him to stand there. And at this point, I figured...
Training officer's here?
He is here.
This gentleman wants to call.
He may.
Okay, great. Training officer's there, guys. Let's get him on the stand.
Come in. Or her come in.
Have him come in.
They were just trying to pull a quick one on me, I think.
Quickly say something about this real quick. I'd like to have his testimony dismissed since he lied.
Oh, you've got a motion to dismiss?
Motion to dismiss his testimony.
His testimony because he lied?
He did. He admitted it. He said one thing instead of another.
I'll deny that motion without hearing from the state. Thank you. You may.
We need to get Bowers on the Lori list for lying in court. That's what we need to do. That's going to happen. I'm going to submit it. And, I think if you Bowers, the one you just saw on the stand, he got a DUI last year. All right, he was arrested. Probably got a slap on the wrist. Who the frick knows? And there's a news article about that. I should bring it up, but I wasn't prepared for it.
Thank you. Before you sit down, would you raise your right hand, sir? Do you affirm the information you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth under the pains and penalty of perjury?
I do, Your Honor.
Please be seated and state your name for the record and spell your last name.
Yeah, Kay Stevenson, I just did a motion to dismiss his testimony, Bowers, because he perjured himself, and it was denied.
I'm Deputy Andrew Skahan, S-K-A-H-A-N.
Your witness.
My first? Okay, this is the call, right?
That's how it works.
Okay, just make sure. See, I'm not prepared. I need a public defender for this.
You mentioned that.
How many times have you used radar before the day that you had pulled me over?
I don't have an exact number, but I have been working since 2019. So my best answer is numerous times.
Okay. Did I receive a ticket that day for speeding?
You did not receive a ticket that day, but it was filed with the court along with.
When you had pulled me over, you went over to the passenger window. Is that correct?
I did.
Did you look inside my vehicle while you had me pulled over for that moment?
I look in all vehicles to ensure that there's nothing that's going to harm me immediately.
And you looked at my person as well?
Oh, nothing that's going to harm you. You looked carefully, huh? Yeah? Okay.
I did.
And did you notice my firearm until... let me before this correctly. When were you aware of my firearm?
It was not until you had told me that when I came up the second time.
And, okay, so I told you, but would you have clearly have seen it if I didn't tell you?
I did not see it when I came up on the passenger side.
In what manner was I carrying my firearm?
It was on your hip.
Okay. And was it open carry? Was it concealed carry?
When I officially saw it out of the vehicle, it was open.
Okay. And would you say that relatively if I was sitting, it would still be considered open carry, and like it would not be like concealed?
Your Honor, I'm going to object. I don't know what this is.
The relevance? What's the relevance of this?
I'm just trying to bring out this credibility in the instance, because like they manhandled me, or at least the other officer manhandled me because he wasn't aware that I was carrying a firearm, and I'm placing the blame on him because he didn't clearly communicate it to the.
Well, we've established you had a firearm, right?
Yes, but the demeanor of how they treated me creates bias.
You can ask me questions about that, but we've heard enough about you carrying a firearm.
Okay.
I'll sustain the objection.
So there you go, guys. The judge is acting as a prosecutor because they wrote in their statements that day of the arrest and everything that I had a firearm, right? So I have every right to question all this stuff. And the judge is acting as a prosecutor in this.
Like they cared more about my firearm than anything else that day. Are you aware of the significance of the day for me on December 1st?
That it was your birthday?
You are aware of that?
I was aware of that.
Okay. That's good. I'm trying to think what else. I guess I'm all set.
Nothing to clear up for this gentleman?
Nothing. We're good, Your Honor.
Sir, thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Anything else, Mr. Hart? And again, I'm stressing, you don't have to do it. It's not your obligation for innocence, but it's your opportunity if you'd like. You wanted the deputy on here. And
Yeah.
You got that.
I'm still wondering why my license was still suspended. I still haven't been able to figure this out.
My question is, would you like to testify or put on any further evidence?
I'll testify.
You don't have to. Would you like to?
I'd like to because I think there's some things that need to be said.
Come on up. Do you affirm the information you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth under the pains and penalty of perjury?
Yes.
Please be seated, and even though we all know who you are, state your name and spell your last name for us, please.
Joseph Hart, H-A-R-T.
Mr. Hart, what is it you'd like me to know?
I'm still unaware of why I was suspended that day. I had previously paid for the ticket that originally I got in Henniker. I paid reinstatement fees twice that I have a record of in two states, New Hampshire and Rhode Island. And I thought I was clear. I did everything in good faith. And sure enough, I did not want suspensions. I did not. I was not properly notified for the original ticket. Therefore, the suspensions occurred. And when I thought I had it cleared, it just continued to be suspended. And on a daily basis, I check my license to make sure that I'm okay to drive. The first time I got arrested for my suspended license was on my now ex-girlfriend's birthday. The second one was on my birthday. And it's very unusual. I'd like to know why, and this is, I'd like to say on the record, this is why I need a public defender, because I don't understand it. It's a lot of paperwork in the discovery that I just don't understand. There's some things in there that just have no relevance to the case. So I'm in a pickle,
Okay.
for lack of better words.
Thank you. You can step down.
Thank you.
Anything further, Mr. Hart?
No, I'm all set.
Hey, give me a moment to take a couple notes here.
All right, whatever, guys. I was found guilty. Right? I was found guilty, and now I have to pay fines. And well, we're going to get to the point of this video today. Okay, just give me a moment here. I'm going to have to bring up... I forgot to Get it here. Here we are. Okay, you saw the intro, and I'm here with Ian Freeman. Give me a second here, guys. Oh, nope, that's not it. Hang on. Uno momento. Okay. I'm with Ian Freeman from Free Keen, and he's also a host, my boss, of Free Talk Live, and I was on last night. Here we go. And guys, call into Free Talk Live. I'm on Thursday nights. Call in anytime, any day, 7:10 Eastern Standard Time. You can say whatever you want, just don't swear. We're a syndicated radio show broadcasting over 200 stations nationwide and worldwide, and roughly estimated 3 million listeners every day.
You guys are paying me fine today. And the piggies, and the rest just crumpled up. So,
$180. $180.
And good to know, guys, is that I filed a motion for jail time, denied, filed a motion for community service, denied, and then I also filed a motion to give the money of the fines, $180, to charity, denied, okay? So they don't give a shit. Here we go. This is why I'm paying in $1 bills, folded up or crumpled up. And this was earlier today.
hi, I'm here to pay my fines.
No quarters.
Yeah, I'm here to pay my fines. I don't know my case number. I can give you my name. It's Joseph Hart, H-A-R-T. Is Corey gonna open them?
No,
Yeah. Okay. Here you go.
Watch this, guys.
Really?
Little piggies in there.
Okay. I'll you can stand here while I count this.
Sounds good.
I'll waste everyone's time.
Oh,
that's what you guys do best.
my time's been wasted the most.
Oh yeah, I'm sure it has.
Yeah, no, $3,000. Still don't know why I got my license suspended. I was arrested on my birthday, and they just continued to rape me.
Lucky you.
They lied about me speeding, which initiated the pullover, which got me, arrested. Then they lie on both cops lie on the stand. But sheriffs can DUI and still be a sheriff, like Bowers was. But I don't do that. I would never do that. And I don't speed either. So, and actually, they were speeding when I was in the back of the cruiser coming back here. But they lied about that on the stand too. I'm sure the cruisers are recorded, right? The speeds are recorded and everything. Pretty sure. But he also had to slam on his brakes to avoid hitting the person in front of him. And then they do that, that rapist cop mentality.
I don't need the narrative.
That's okay. I'm going to talk anyway because I have free speech. And enjoy you treating us. But yeah, no, you guys already taken over $3,000 from me. I wasn't properly notified from the ticket.
Okay.
I paid reinstatement
I'm trying to count.
fees. Okay.
Please, thank you.
I'm gonna keep talking because I have free speech. And but this is the last all I've got. And I was happy that people had donated to me to get this done because I'm struggling because of the $3,000 in fines and reinstatement fees over the past couple years. I really just want a civil society and create peace in this world. I hope you guys are on board with that.
What if it's public information how much in fines they collect every single day?
I'm sure it is. Yeah, absolutely.
You were talking about like getting people's salaries and stuff.
Yes.
That would be an interesting number to get a hold of.
Get the salaries.
Or the average daily fine collection,
Right.
or monthly like total perks for the year. You know, what kind of money they're rolling through here.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Well, he was hoping donuts. Have you ever had a cop lie to you before, and then it affected you financially? It's not fun. Just like in fines, is over $3,000 from this case.
Right.
Oh yeah, this developing case. But you want to talk about time? I spent hundreds of hours on the phone with the DMV and the courts, and you know they even put my information wrong at the court. So that could have been a reason why it happened. I don't know, but all I know is that I did everything I was supposed to do, and I wasn't properly notified. Got arrested now it's my ex-girlfriend, her birthday first. I got arrested on her birthday. Then I got arrested on my birthday. I'm sure that's a great time, right? That sounds like a lot of fun. You know, victimless crime, suspended license. I'm sure that's, you know, how we have a peaceful society, right?
They don't understand peaceful society.
Well, they just follow the law, the supposed social contract that they're all supposed to abide by. But in reality, they break the law all
And
the
this
time.
helps. This helps create a peaceful society.
Yes.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yes, it is. It's showing you my frustration of the abuse that the state has had on me. So I'm going to translate it in folded bills.
Gotcha.
Oh, she ripped it.
They weren't ripped, so I don't know how that happened.
Trying to unfold it, ripped it.
Ah, I see. The stack was a lot smaller than the unfolded.
Sorry about the camera, guys. It's going to be down like this for a bit, I think.
I was gonna do pennies, but they're gonna, you know, eliminate pennies soon. And I think they'll do something more than a penny.
Should you supply? It costs more to produce something.
Oh yeah, that's what they print on paper.
Yeah, maybe next time, Papa Chuck, I'll do pennies. If they want to keep harassing me. The piggies are so cute. I think I did about like 25 piggies, origami piggies. Don't worry, guys. We're not going to watch it do the whole thing. It's going to cut in a second. I'm not going to do oiled pennies. I think the oil on the pennies was rude of him doing that. I think that's beyond like reason. But I do appreciate the wheelbarrow of pennies, just not the oil part. I wouldn't do that. Notice the sheriff right there. He's probably drooling. He has a mask on, so we can't see his drooling, but I'm assuming that's why he's wearing the mask, to catch the drool, because he sees donuts. Yeah, I couldn't get enough ones, so I started using like bigger bills. Like I use as many 5s as I could, and then 10s and 120. Yeah, you're right, Salty Explorer. He wants those donuts bad. Guys, that stack that's in their hands right now, that's like basically how much they kind of like stacked up to originally, pre-crumpled. And it's just such like loads of money right here to and I also knew if like oh.
She started swearing at me because this lady wanted to change her dress form, and they wouldn't give it to her over here. And I just grabbed it for her, and like, here you go, lady. There's your change your dress form. And then they started swearing at me. Then I asked for their manager, so Larry came over.
Yeah, so Larry King, he was very polite to me when I did a verbal complaint about the employees sitting in the back in their cubicle, and he was very receptive to my complaint. So thank you, Larry, for taking that. And this one right here, see the one walking by in the back? Oh, she's evil. Evil.
Oh, I got you.
And they were crumpled as well, guys. Those $2 extra.
So you have no other charges pending, right? Nothing. I'm a good boy. Not yet. I just had a draft.
Ian just mentioned, I'll pause a second. Ian just mentioned Brad Jardis. Brad Jardis was a former state trooper in New Hampshire, and he realized that he was abusing the public, his neighbors, and he quit. So, state trooper that I know quit New Hampshire state, working for the state, and he became a freedom lover. And he started law enforcement against prohibition, LEAP. And I think the name changed, like the acronym changed, but I think it's still LEAP, and it's kind of the same premise.
Yeah, let's hope I don't get raped again real soon. Or who knows what. I really think this is retaliatory. Everything they did to me is. Because when you win a lawsuit against the state, they target you, and they want their money back.
And I'm referring to when I got arrested in Manchester, those charges dropped 2 weeks later. And then a month later, I won a settlement against the city. And now I think they're just trying to find ways to take more money from me. Papa Chuck, that's crazy, bro. The Keene Ice Rink, Erica, that's right next to the police station, same building, right? I don't really want to do that. It's not really special to me to do the ice rink, but police station, I've done that.
What I was worried about is if it was and then I would have to come back later or something.
Oh yeah.
It is the last day to do it. On purpose.
Yeah, tomorrow was the deadline, but it's not open tomorrow in court.
Thank you. Check it out, guys. I'm at the Bitcoin Embassy in New Hampshire. This is where the first Bitcoin ATM was ever installed here in New Hampshire. And check it out. Pretty cool, right? Pretty cool. Let's see what today's Bitcoin price is. 51,187. Dash is at 203. Check it out, guys. Very cool. And this embassy is right next door to the Mighty Moose Mart. Oh, cool, guys. I can buy my drink with AnyPay. I just bought something with AnyPay here at the Mighty Moose Mart. That was freaking awesome. Oh, so you're a peace-loving individual too?
You're fucking right. Peace-loving individual here. You better arrest them. I'm as mad as fucking hell, and I'm not gonna take your fucking occupation anymore. We pulled out the anchors we put in there.
Yeah, check out. This is serious damage. This is like
they damaged
grand theft right here, guys. Grand theft. They pulled it right out of the fucking floor.
That worked out better than it could have.
Hey, where you at?
Oh. Well, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate y'all. This was kind of a fun day, paying for that after all the, the raping that I've had over the last couple years, being arrested on my birthday, and dealing with these cops lying in court. It's been difficult, but today was kind of like a relief. I don't have anything on my record or anything like that. It's just cleared. You guys are all awesome. Thank you so much. I'm gonna leave it here. Let me read some chat real quick, and then I'll bump out. Hang on a second here. Get it up. Bouncer Slab in Real Nature. Hey, how are you? Erica Kokuza. Thank you so much for being here. Shirley Z. Absolute Defiance. Hey, Absolute Defiance. I'm going to be showing another video. I don't think I'm going to do it tonight. Maybe tomorrow. I'll do something. And I want to show Savage's trial. I think people have already seen it. I'm going to show some highlights, and then I'm going to show. I want to read off a Free Keen article. If you guys haven't go to freekeen.com, you should. A lot of great stuff going on that website, and a lot of news coverage of things that are happening here in New Hampshire. Mike Taylor, I'm not going to read that. That was ridiculous. Oh, man. Yeah, I love you too, Absolute Defiance. Guys, get over to Absolute Defiance. Get on his channel. Let me see if I can get a link here. Go to channel. And I'll put a link in the chat here. And he's been doing great things. Actually, why don't we do this? I'm going to do a quick preview of the video I'm going to do next. Bring it up here. So this is Absolute Defiance. Oh, let me get the screen set up, right? There we are. Absolute Defiance. Line in the sand, right? The line in the sand. All right, let me bring up here. And guys, Footloose is what we call him. He is awesome. Absolutely awesome what he does. Let's see here. Oh man, I think it's maybe. Oh, I saw it on a chat platform, so it's not on here. But guys, this is hilarious. Like
Right here. Yeah, stop trying to prohibit me from accessing the court. You too, bootlicker. Arrest me. Good luck.
It's great, guys.
I'm
this is great.
representing myself. I'm part of this team. Hey, mind my personal space.
Guys, gotta go watch these videos. Oh my God, he just kicks ass in court. It's amazing. But guys, I appreciate y'all for being here. Thank you so much, guys. And if you haven't checked out the Free State Project, we're trying to concentrate a bunch of freedom and liberty-oriented people here in the state, right? We're winning. The Free State Project their goal is to 20,000 movers. There's probably like over 6,000, and there's a lot of undeclared people that are already here, and because they don't want to sign up. I get it. But there's a lot of people here, and we're winning. They're writing articles about the Free State Project, and how, oh my God, they're actually doing it. They're taking over. And we are. We are. And let me see if I want to play one more song for y'all. I want to play one more song. Oh, this is freekeen.com. Get over to freekeen.com. Here's the video I'm going to be doing. I'm going to read this article tomorrow or later. I don't know yet. But let me see. I'm going to bring up the thing here. Hang on a second.
New Hampshire can be free with your help.
I want to play this song. It's really important to me, and I have it as my ringtone now. It's great. It's great. So, hang on a second. Here it is. Here it is, guys. Give it a second.
Live free or die. Don't let the freedom pass you by. Stand up proud and strong and lead New Hampshire on. Live free or die. From the village green to the mountainside, peaceful voices sing the song of liberty. In 1623, she touched the hand of history, led the colonies on, independence was won. The spirit lives today to guide New Hampshire on her way, independent and free, the home of liberty. Live free or die, don't let the freedom pass you by. Stand up proud and strong and lead New Hampshire on. Live free or die. From the village green to the mountainside, peaceful voices sing the song of liturgy.
Yes, guys, get over to nhexit.us. And someone just asked, Mikey973, you're looking for a house up here? Well, I'll tell you what, the market's doing great here. My suggestion, go to porcupinerealestate.com. And that's it's owned by Mark Warden, and he's a legislator, and that just shows you we're winning. He's a free stater himself, and I'm proud of what's going on here, guys. I'm really proud. Shadow Dice Gaming. I did not beat my case technically, but the driving with the suspended license charge was dropped. You got to watch back in the video and you'll see all that. All right, guys. Thank you so much for joining. I'm going to end this and see you on the flip side. See you later, guys.